Okay, so this is going to be the review for your test that you have on Thursday or Friday. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a question, and then what I want you to do is pause the video, work it out, hit play, see if you got the right answer, see where your mistake was, or if you got it right, go ahead. You can watch me work it out or whatever. But for time's sake, I'm just going to start working the problems. So when I go to the next problem and I say pause the video, that's when you need to pause the video, work it out, and see how you're going to do. So these are going to be kind of like questions that are similar to questions that'll be on your test. Okay, the first one. So Lily's length from the time she was born, how many more inches did she grow the first month than her second? So just from the first to the second month. Go ahead and pause it, work it out. Okay, here we go. So it says from birth to the first month would be the first month. So from 19 3/4 to 22 1/4 would be the first month. And then from 22 1/4 to 23 1/4 would be the second month. Well, we know from 22 1/4, that's 1 inch. Then we have to say, okay, well, 22 1/4 minus 19 3/4. I'm going to borrow. So instead of that one whole being a 1, it's going to be 4/4. So that's 5/4 minus 3/4 is 2/4, which is a half. And then 21 minus 19 is 2. So I really have 2 1/2, because 2/4 is a half, minus 1, which would be 1 1/2. Ta-da! Okay. Oops. There we go. Could have moved that up for you. I'm sorry. The next one, right now, go ahead, hit pause, work it out, hit play. I'll be working it out. Okay, take a road trip. Shows part of an hour each family member drove. What fraction more of an hour did his parents drive than the rest of the family combined? So the parents is 2 5/8 plus 4 1/8, which would be 6 6/8, or 6 3/4. Make sure I'm on the screen here. And it says, what fraction more of an hour did his parents drive than the rest of the family combined? Well, then you have the rest of the people here. They're already in 6, isn't that so nice? 5, 10, 11, 6, 2, 3, 4. 4, I can take that, so that'd be 5. 6 will and 11 one time, hence the 4 going to the 5, and that's 5, 6 left over. But it says, what fraction more of an hour? It shows the part of an hour that each person, so what fraction more? So I need to be subtracting. So I'm going to go ahead and do 6 3/4 minus 5 5/6. So 4 and 6, let's make a 12 a common denominator. Okay, I need to borrow, but that's plus 12/12. So 9/12 plus 12/12 is like 21/12. Minus 10 would be 11/12. So it should be 11/12 of an hour. Okay. Okay, the next one, there you go. Go ahead and pause, work it out. Here we go. Took a 15-hour flight to Korea. He slept for a third of the flight. So slept, that'd be a third. The table shows, so how many minutes did he spend talking? So a 15-hour flight, talking is a third. So 1/3 would be 2/6, 1/2 would be 3/6. He slept for a third of the flight, so he was awake for 2/3. So 15, I need 2/3 of 15, which would be 10 hours. So he was awake for 10 hours. How many minutes did he spend talking? Well, 10 hours is 60, times 60 would be 600 minutes. Of those 600 minutes, 1/3 of the time was talking, so I need 1/3 of 600, which is like dividing by 3, so that'd be 200 minutes. The next one, go ahead and pause and work it out. Okay, rectangle 1 has a length of 2.5 and a width of 1/3. So that means this is 2.5, this is 1/3. Rectangle 2 is created by multiplying each side by a scale factor of 1.5, meaning it's going to be bigger. Okay. Determine how much more square inches the new area is than the original. So here I'm going to go ahead and say 2.5 is 4 5/2. To get the area here, I would do 5/2 times 1/3, which would be 5/6. Okay, because I do side times side. Then I need to multiply by 1.5, and I'm going to say 1.5 would be 3/2. So I need to do 1/3 times 3/2, which would be 3/6, which would be 1/2. So this side length is 1/2. And then 2.5, which was, like I said, 5/2, times 3/2. 5 times 3 is 15/4. That's this side. I'm going to leave that improper because I know I'm about to have to find the area. To find the area, I do side times side. 15/8. 8 will go in 15 once, and 7/8 left over. It says how many more square inches is the new area than the original. So I need 1 7/8, and I'm going to take away 5/6. So 6 and 8, 24 is a good common denominator. 1/24, 1 and 1/24. That's how many more square inches. Okay, another one right here. Go ahead and pause, work it out. Okay, so it says, shows the number of miles each segment of a triathlon. Layla trained on a team of 5 people. Each person completed each segment of the race. How many total yards did her team swim? So 5 people did that. So 2 2/5 times 5. Make that improper. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 is 12/5 times 5. Right there, you can simplify. That's 1. 12 times 1 is 12 over 1, 12. 12 miles of swimming. Okay, go ahead, pause it, work it out. Circle graph shows the breakdown of Seth's math grade. His quiz grade consists of 6 quizzes, each worth equal amounts. He missed 1/10 of the possible points on his first quiz. What fraction of his overall grade do the missed points represent? Which is worth a greater fraction of his grade quizzes and homework, or quizzes and tests? So first of all, I'm going to do quizzes and homework, or quizzes and tests. So quizzes plus homework is 3/10 plus 3/10, which is 6/10. Quizzes and tests would be 3/10 plus 2/5, which would be 4/10. So that'd be 7/10. So the quizzes and the tests are worth more. Now it says, what fraction of his overall grade do the points represent? So the quizzes were 3/10 of his grade. His quiz grade consists of 6 quizzes. So he has 6 quizzes. And that is 3/10 of his grade. He missed 1/10 of the possible points on his first quiz. So 1/10 of the 6 quizzes, and the 6 quizzes is this, so 1/10 of 3/10, so that's going to be multiplication, 3 over 100. Okay. 2 more problems and that is it. So there's the next one. Go ahead and pause it, work it out. Table shows how much Caleb paid for beans at a local market. How much more per pound will it cost to buy the most expensive beans per pound than the cheapest? Okay, so if I have 4 pounds for $6, I need 1 pound, so y'all know I need to divide by 4. So I take 6, divide by 4, add my decimal, that's $1.50 per pound. If I have 3 1/8 and it's $4, and I need 1 pound, I need to divide by 3 1/8. So I'm going to take 4 and divide that by 3 1/8. That's 24 25/8. 4 over 1. I need to multiply by the reciprocal. 4 times 8 is 32 over 25. 25 can go into 32 one time, and 7/25. Okay, I'm going to put that in money. I'm going to times it by 4 to get to 100. That's 28 hundredths, which would be $1.28. Okay, and then the same thing here. 6 1/4 is going to cost me $11. So I need to take $11 and divide that by 6 1/4. 24 25/4. Okay, I need to multiply by the reciprocal. So I have 11 over 1 times 4 25ths, which would be 44 over 25. 25 will go into 44 one time, so that's like $1. And then that would be 19 over 25 times by 4. Now I'm timesing by 4 to get to 100 denominator, so I can get 2 decimal places like in money. 19 times 4, 76. Yeah. So that's like 1 76 hundredths would be 1 76 hundredths. $1.76. So that would be the most expensive. $1.28 would be the least expensive. So I'd subtract them. 16 minus 8, 4. So there'd be a 48-cent difference. Okay, last problem coming up right here. Pause it, work it out. Family size container of macaroni holds 16 3/4 cup servings. Chef prepares meals using 1 1/3 cups in each bowl. How many bowls can the chef prepare from one family size container? So I have 16 of these 3/4. So I need to multiply. Bam, simplify it out. That's 4 times 3 is 12 over 1, so I get 12. 16 3, that's 12 cups. So each container is going to hold 12 cups. So chef prepares meals using 1 1/3 cups in each bowl. How many bowls can fit in the container? So you have 1 1/3. You're going to take that 12 cups and see how many 1 1/3 cups are going to fit in there. So 12 over 1, that's 3 plus 1 is 4/3. So multiply by the reciprocal. That's 3/4. Bam, simplify it out. Divide by 4, divide by 4, it's 3. 3 times 3 is 9, 1, 9. So how many bowls? 9 bowls will fit in that container. Alright, hope that helps you review.